Also, shower scene. How tanned is Jon Pertwee? Oh my god, he's like golden.
Hello and welcome to the Says Who podcast with Kat and Tip.
Hello.
Hello. You're right.
I'm right. Alright.
Alright.
We are recording remotely today, just
Yeah.
to put that out there up top in case anything
It's
sounds different.
Like
But
we're
hopefully
Cybermen.
We are Cybermen. We've both got wireless headphones on, so we're looking very, very snazzy. So how's life? How you been?
I burnt through all my energy last night at 2 a.m. So
So this is gonna be a real fun.
I'm feeling a bit sleepy today. It's really sad because this is my favorite, like one of my favorite episodes, and I've been really excited for it. And I got too excited for it last night, and now I'm tired.
I got a voice note from Kat last night at about 11 p.m. After she'd just woken up from a nap, saying, "I've got loads of energy. I'm so excited, and you know what? I'm feeling rebellious. I'm gonna stay up all night. I'm gonna have a late night." And it literally sounded like a small child being like, "I'm gonna go to bed past midnight and eat loads of sweets and watch TV all night."
I had carrots and dip. I was ready.
She had 3 carrots and dip before she fell asleep. Which was at what time?
I don't know. Because you woke me up at like 2 a.m.
I did wake you up at 2 a.m. for... Oh, that's a nice little segue. Because we can put that in here. Anyone that's not doesn't follow us on socials, A, why? B...
Do better.
B, you might have missed something that we put up on Sunday, if you're listening to this when it comes out. This is very timey-wimey. We're recording on Sunday. I've got to
and it hasn't even come out yet.
I know, yeah. Yeah, something you might have missed that we put up over the weekend, which was a contribution from our previous episode, the International Women's Day episode, from some very special guests due to technical difficulties and what did we say in the post? Temporal interference.
Temporal interference.
It didn't come through when it was meant to, but we got it now, and it's really, really cute. So we'll put that here. Enjoy.
So I think we should start with the Queen of Doctor Who.
Oh my God,
Her
the
very
responsibility.
self.
Your Royal Highness.
Where's my tiara? Carol Ann, on this International Women's Day, what would you like to say about the women of Who?
We're all absolutely fabulous, of course.
We are, aren't we?
We are a bit.
Yeah. And isn't it amazing, because we span all these years, and I think in all ways our characters have represented different ages of women throughout that time.
Oh.
Would you say?
I honestly don't know. I hadn't really thought about it. Do tell me what you think about it.
Well, I think, for example, your character, she wasn't a child of the 60s because, of course, she was an alien. She was a Time Lord.
Right.
But somehow, I don't know, looking back at you had a strength to you, I think.
Well, I hope so. I was never allowed to be as strong as I wanted to be, of course, but I hope so, yes.
Yeah.
And they're all strong, though, aren't they?
Yeah.
They're all strong. They have to be to handle the Doctor.
Yes.
Because we are all handling the Doctor.
Yes, I shouldn't have thought of it like that.
But we are.
Yeah.
We're dealing with their moods, their temperaments, the impossible job they have, and the stress and the strain of saving the universe on a regular basis.
And
So-
just being there for each other. There's nobody else there, just the two of us.
It's just two of you. on what some might call an adventure, another might call a journey. And so we all have to be adventurers.
Yes.
Who
I
were
think
wanting to be there.
For all three of us as well, that's a really good point about handling the Doctor, because we don't take any rubbish from our
I should
doctors.
say not.
No, do we?
No.
And I don't think any of the women of Who do,
Yeah,
actually.
no, exactly.
So I think on this International Women's Day,
Yes,
I think we should celebrate all our strengths.
Yes.
absolutely.
And together we are even stronger.
We are.
Mm.
And I'm really grateful for all the wonderful women I have met, thanks to Doctor Who.
Absolutely.
All the women I feel so close to.
Oh.
And that's just the most special thing. I don't know any other show. I tear up so quickly.
Oh.
But any other show that has that camaraderie.
No, I agree.
It's so lovely. I feel so blessed to be a part of it. And it sounds like such a cliche, but it's actually true.
Absolutely.
So, and I celebrate all the women, because goodness, I love women. And I was like, yes, there's some men on this cruise, but quite frankly, I was just really, really glad to discover what women were on the cruise. So that's how I feel on International Women's Day. There we go.
Well, celebrations begin.
Yes.
Yeah, lovely.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Ah,
That was nice.
it's so lovely, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Big thank you again to Sophie, Nicola, and Caroline for sending that through. That was a lovely surprise.
It was. It was very welcomed at 2 a.m. I can tell you that.
It was, yes. I called Kat at 2 a.m. to wake her up to say, "This is look what I've got."
Look what I've got.
So yeah, that was really, really lovely. So speaking of, should we jump into a bit of news?
Yeah, you didn't tell us how you were though.
Well, I'm fine because big bit of news this week.
Go on. What's the news?
I don't know.
Oh my god!
I don't know if you've heard.
I just remember the news, yeah.
But there's some missing episodes of Doctor Who that have been found.
I was going to say, they're not so missing anymore, are they?
Not so missing anymore. Yeah, the big, probably the biggest news of the year so far, I would say.
Yeah.
2 episodes. It's not just any missing Doctor Who. It's 2 episodes of the Daleks Master Plan.
Episode 1 and 3.
Which is nuts.
Very important. Yeah.
Like, that story, I think, is probably the holy grail of missing Doctor Who episodes.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, I feel like it's one of the big 3 or 4, really, that people want back. Like,
yeah.
Because, if we'd got an episode of the Space Pirates come back,
I'd be upset.
It would be lovely to have that number tick down from
of course.
what is it, 95 or something, to so we recover it, but it's not quite as exciting as Daleks Master Plan.
Near enough
Not near enough executive.
It's not nearly as exciting. I remember. I don't know if you know, I'm doing a classic Who watch, and and when I watched the Daleks Master Plan, the first episode, my little commentary afterwards was, I really wish I had I could see the broadcast of this episode, because leading into episode 2, which we do have, I was like, imagine episode 1, Imagine watching episode 1 leading into episode 2. That would be, because we're going to be reviewing it, so I'm not going to spoil too much, but
we are.
The scenes of what I cannot wait to watch the first 3 episodes of the Daleks Master Plan as broadcasted.
Well,
I'm not going to shut up about it. ever. I don't think.
This is another one of those moments where I'm like, I feel like a fake Doctor Who fan. I've never seen the Daleks Master Plan
What?
because I struggle. I kind
With
of
the
struggle with the
reconstructions.
reconstructions. I can
Yeah.
deal with it. I think when it's like one episode is a reconstruction, but the rest is there, or the animations I'm absolutely fine with. They're great. But yeah, because all but all but 3 episodes of it were telesnap reconstructions.
Yeah.
I for 12 episodes of a story, it just I tried once a long time ago and just couldn't really get into it.
Well,
So
this is going to be really hard for you then.
no, I don't know if it will, because that was a while ago, but also there's now almost half of it that's live action. And I think I've got my attention spans, or like my appreciation for older sort of Who has I've grown,
Oh, you've
I've
grown
grown.
you've grown as a Whovian. Oh my god.
I've grown as
No
a human being.
way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I was
Love that for
kind
you,
of
though.
holding out for, the in many years time when we might get an animation of it to sit there and go, yes, I'm
Well,
going to sit and just have it all. But this is the perfect excuse to
be
watch
fair,
it,
this
really.
is probably, now we've got nearly half of it. It probably will get animated.
Yeah.
I think we're in
Well, it takes
we're in
the
a good
pressure off, doesn't it?
position now. Yeah, I think we're in a good position now where it could be animated, 100%.
That's 40 minutes that don't have to be animated,
Yeah.
And I know a lot of the time they will, even if there are some surviving episodes from a story that they're animating, they'll animate all of it. But
Yeah.
maybe, I don't know. I don't think it'll be, like 2 hours and 20 minutes would still be a lot of stuff to animate. And because it's sort of hop in here, there, and everywhere, it's not like there's loads of sets and character models and stuff that you can reuse. Obviously, there are some, but there's quite a lot. It's like the same reason I think Marco Polo hasn't been animated, because it's a lot of locales and but yeah, I'm looking forward to this. I'm looking forward to sinking my teeth in.
I can't wait.
But it's one of the big ones, isn't it? Really,
It's one of the big ones.
I feel like the ones that people want back are this, Marco Polo, 10th Planet, because it's Bill's final story, and Power of the Daleks, because it's Pat's first.
Yeah. I also want the Macro Terror, though, just so I can see the giant crabs in action. They're furry. They have hair.
Yeah, the original macro props are a bit naff.
No. Let's not get it twisted. They are not naff. They are beautifully, classically charming. Thank you.
Wow.
Don't get it twisted.
We'll agree to disagree on that one.
Do not get it twisted. Maybe that's my next build. I did the dinosaur from the Third Doctor. Maybe I do the macro.
Oh, God.
What? Could you imagine a giant macro on my shelf?
I can. That's what's worrying me. So I'll quickly skim down the press release for this from BBC News. Lost Doctor Who episodes found in eclectic collection.
I was going to say, the best thing about this is they weren't even expecting to find these.
Yeah, so apparently these are bonus finds. And they're not what people were talking about. Because there were rumours about, there's, I know that there's some episodes here and here and whatever. And these weren't the ones that people knew about. which is awesome. And I think some of the guys
Amazing.
from Film is Fabulous have confirmed that.
Yeah.
But speaking of, I will.
Sorry.
So a cardboard box found in a collector's ramshackle collection of vintage films contain 2 episodes of Doctor Who that have not been viewed since airing in the 1960s. The episodes feature the first incarnation of the Doctor, played by William Hartnell, tackling a Dalek plan to take over Earth, the solar system, and the galaxy in a storyline only ever shown in the UK. Peter Purvis, who played the Doctor's assistant, Stephen Taylor, was invited to the Phoenix Cinema in Leicester on Wednesday under false pretences to view these 2 episodes, and he said, "My flabber has never been so gasted." Restored versions of the episodes will be released on BBC iPlayer this Easter.
Buzzing.
So it's really cool actually, because I went to uni in Leicester. I've been to the Phoenix Cinema, so that's a cool little thing. I was like, the Phoenix? Why are they doing it there? I don't know if they were discovered in Leicester. I don't know. Actually, no. I think Film is Fabulous is based in Leicester. Actually, that makes sense. I think they're an East Midlands based charity. But yeah, we've got 2 episodes of Daleks Master Plan back.
Can't wait.
What a crazy time!
I know. And again, I was asleep. Why do whenever I fall asleep, all the good things happen?
Mm-hmm.
I woke up to about messages from about 10 different people.
Mm-hmm.
Like, bless Jamie. Jamie scheduled a message to reach me at 7 a.m. when I'd be awake. And then Harvey hounded me for like half an hour. Like, wake up. Wake up. Wake up. This is important. Wake up. Wake up.
There were 2 types of people.
Yeah. Yeah. Harvey responded because I put it on Instagram. He was like, "I love how Jamie scheduled a message," and I was just like, "Please wake up! What are you doing?
What are you doing sleeping?"
Yeah, I was
there
tired.
We go. The answer is, guys, call her at 2 a.m. after Carrots and Dip, and she will pick up. Yeah. Well, that's the main bit of news. But before we came on, you said there was something that came out today.
Well, we've got some more news that you forgot. So
I've not seen this.
So first off, which is kind of old news now, is that there's been like social media bits and bits on the Doctor Who website from Unit opening up cold cases, or cases, should we say, surrounding Rose going missing for 12 months. And they're reopening, or Unit are investigating this case, which a lot of people are being like, is this going to be linked to the Christmas special in any way?
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, we don't know if Billy's going to be the Doctor or Rose. So what's going on here type of thing. Anyway, so that's all speculation, and clearly they're building up to something. And then today I see on my TikTok from BBC Doctor Who's official TikTok page that they did a little filming stint with Jackie Tyler. And it's really funny. They're walking in a field. Okay. So already I was like, what is going on? And is this
like officially released, or is this like a leak thing?
No, it's on the Instagram and everything.
So this is from the BBC Doctor Who socials?
Yeah, that's what I literally just said.
Sorry, I missed that. Bear in mind,
you're not listening.
We're on a remote recording. You're cutting out.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry for being interested in your news.
Yeah,
your one little bit of news.
Okay, that's patronising, guys. Beat him up for that. Actually, no, I'm not gonna. Don't
incite violence on me, thank you.
Yeah. Every woman you next see Liam, punch him in the face.
I'm gonna be at a BFI event in a few months' time.
And get
people are going, are you tip for the Stacey podcast? Oh yeah, thank you. Hi, how's it going? Bang.
Don't speak over her again. When it's me who talks over you all of the time. Anyway. Yeah, so it's the official BBC social medias. And Jackie's walking in a field and she's talking to us as if we've gone missing for 6 months in the TARDIS.
Interesting.
So it's like a POV. And she's like, where have you been? It's been 6 months. Have you been in that TARDIS again? Like that kind of vibe.
Right.
And then she's also appearing on the Hooniverse show. So I wonder if they're going to do a little teaser, if they're getting ready for the Christmas special, if Jackie's going to come back. It was just, although it's Mother's Day today. Oh my God, it's Mother's Day today. Is it Mother's Day? Is it Christmas special? I completely forgot that it was Mother's Day today. Is it just a Mother's Day thing because she is mother?
She is mother.
Is this fake news? But it does link because it's all about like the missing, like
Yeah.
the kind of Rose has been missing for 12 months, and then Jackie's like, where have you been for 6 months?
I think
What's in 6 months? Oh,
I think
it's not
this this is confirmation that we're not getting Billy Piper, David Tennant,
As the Doctor.
Ncuti Gatwa, Matt Smith, anyone
What?
in the Christmas special. I think it's going to be 1 hour of Camille Kaduri
Of
as Jackie
Jackie Tyler.
Tyler. Yeah.
I'd pay for that.
Yeah. Done. Sorted.
I'd
take
be
that.
completely fine with that.
I think it's the story of Jackie Tyler.
The story of Jackie Tyler.
And Howard the Grocer.
I agree.
And how she binned off Rodrigo after
Could
the
you
yellow
imagine a
truck
day
situation.
I think we should have a day in the life of Jackie Tyler. Why haven't they done that?
I mean, she's popping up in Big Finish now.
I was literally about to say I'm going to write Jackie Tyler's Big Finish story. A day in the life of Jackie Tyler.
She's popping up all over the Big Finish. She had a
Yeah.
she met
With River.
She did one
Alex
with River.
Kingston.
She
Yeah.
was in Once and Future with the Sixth Doctor, Lady Christina, and Harry Sullivan, I think.
What?
Yeah, she's all over the shop.
I think it'd be really funny to write a comedy of Jackie Tyler coming face to face with aliens that she didn't actually know about and saving the day by accident.
Yeah.
Like just in the shopping centre or just on the market, and she accidentally completely destroys some aliens invasion, but she doesn't even know just by being Jackie Tyler.
There you go. There's your next writing project.
Yeah.
Scribbles
Big
that
Finish.
down in the notebook.
Copyright.
Great.
I think that'd be brilliant. Anyway, so that could be news. It could be me forgetting that it's Mother's Day and Jackie Tyler's mother.
No, but I think it's interesting
linked.
that it's linking to that unit website thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how do we feel? A lot of people have sort of seen that and gone, oh, well, this means that Billy's not playing the Doctor and she's playing Rose, or she's playing.
Well, I still like the idea of when the Doctor disrupted or like shattered reality in the reality war through his regeneration, like that whole sequence with the kind of like cracking mirror
Yeah.
situation, seeing Belinda again. I like the idea that time is getting timey-wimey.
Time
and
is
kind
getting
of
timey-wimey.
reality- Yeah, and reality's at stake. Because we had Jodie appear in the TARDIS, which shouldn't have happened. We've now got a regeneration with Billie Piper showing her face, which shouldn't have happened. So I quite like the idea that Billie Piper isn't the Doctor. She's Rose or Bad Wolf, and she's got to kind of figure out what's going on and get reality back on track somehow in some way. I know there's all the kind of like people think that it could be like 10-2, like David Tennant coming back.
Yeah, there's some
things like
rumours which we'll briefly touch on here.
Yeah,
Skip
because I don't want to
forward
put too much
stock in it, but also
Yeah.
if it, just in case we've been burnt before about
I was going to
about
say
saying
we've been
this
wrong
won't
before.
happen. maybe skip forward 5 minutes if you don't want to.
Yeah,
spoiler.
Spoiler.
But I saw a rumor or supposed leak about like the Meta Crisis 10 is like a going to be some kind of like
breakdown.
Valiard like kind of figure
Oh.
and would be the villain.
Oh, we've had two different rumors.
Oh, okay. Why? What have you heard?
I haven't heard that. I heard that, and it's completely not right or incorrect. That's why I'm so happy, freely saying this. There was a supposed leak, which is completely not credible or true, that 10-2 was having a mental breakdown because he can't travel in the TARDIS and can't do what he was born to do, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
And Rose couldn't bear seeing him through all of this pain that he's going through and suffering. So they try to build their own TARDIS to get off the parallel universe. And in doing so, when Ncuti did all of his bits, that's how it's actually Rose.
It's like crossed over.
Coming through in that way, and
Right.
that we're gonna get 10-2 Rose, parallel universe, doomsday situations.
Well,
So that was the supposed leak I heard.
I think that's similar to the one that I heard, but
Okay.
basically the implication was that Tennant would be sort of playing the antagonist kind of thing,
Yeah.
or like
I love
version.
Evil Tennant. I love Evil Tennant.
There's also a leak or rumor or whatever that of the title for the special. Have you seen this?
No. Also, there's like 5,000 scripts. How have we got a title before we've got a script?
Well, originally, people were speculating because Bad Wolf applied for like not a trademark, but like a limited corporation thing. I don't know what it is. I don't do business. But they applied for like a thing for like Bad Wolf Limited, or like for all of their shows they do like, and the one that they applied for was Doctor Who TLD, which people
TLD.
speculated about like the Lost Doctor. And
Oh yeah, I remember seeing this. Yeah.
but the new one that I heard last week is the title World War Dalek.
You know what? It could 100% be a Dalek Christmas story to try and get the troops.
Uh-huh.
I won't lie to you. I won't lie to you. If we
Don't lie
had
to
World
me.
War Dalek, I won't. You
Okay.
know what? In this moment, I won't lie to you.
All right then. Thanks.
You're very welcome. I would actually be quite excited for World War Dalek, to be honest.
At this point, just do a
Just do it
like an all-out
standalone.
Yeah, because apparently the word on the street is that the Daleks, the Daleks were going to be coming back for season 3.
3 anyway, yeah.
And it was going to be like obviously a build-up, having a few years off, and then bringing it back.
And then
obviously also season 3 was going to be the continuation of the Susan arc.
Susan.
So that kind of fits.
Dalek invasion.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I wonder if Russell.
Oh my god! Imagine a Dalek invasion of Earth like Christmas special spin-off thing.
I mean, they've got to work out who's playing the Doctor at the minute.
No, I know, but forget that for a second. Imagine.
Forget the lead character.
Yeah, we'll just bring
That's
Susan back.
Yeah.
Could you imagine Karen Lamford with some new Dalek design?
Mm-hmm.
Imagine. No, because I'm getting excited, and I can't do that because I'll feel really sad when it doesn't happen. So no, we're not going to think about it.
Okay, we'll end that there, shall we?
Yeah, because everything in me is getting fizzy, and
fizzy.
we can't get fizzy and excited.
Well, we'll move on to one other little bit of news, and then we'll jump into our main topic.
We've got more news.
Well, I was just going to say a little bit of pod news. Just to say, keep an eye out on the socials for some exciting announcements for next week's episode. A little bit of sizzle,
No, stir in the tea.
Yeah. So yeah, keep an eye out for that. That's really fun episode to record. So
That was really good. That was a really good episode. If I do say so myself.
But anyway, enough about next week's episode. Let's talk about this episode's topic, which is Kat.
Spearhead from space.
Yes, it is.
One of my all-time best Doctor Who episodes ever.
Oh, the child from last night has returned. It's my favouriteest episode in the whole entire world. So we're talking about this episode today because this April, in a couple of weeks, marks what would have been the 100th birthday of Robert Holmes.
Yeah.
Absolute Doctor Who legend.
Doctor Who, major legend.
Like one of, if not the most important writers in the show's history. I've got a list here of all the stories that he wrote and all of the things like concepts and characters that he created, which I think gives you an idea of the importance. So he created the Third Doctor, Liz Shaw, Joe Grant, Mike Yates, Sarah Jane Smith, Romana, the Master, the Autons and the Nesting Consciousness, Sontarans, Morbius, Rassilon, Barusa, the White Guardian, the Valiard, Crotons, Drashics, Sabalon Glitz, Shobogans, Time Lords having two hearts, Time Lords 12 regeneration limit, the Matrix, the Eye of Harmony, the Key to Time, the Hads, and he wrote more scripts for the classic era than any other writer. So he wrote 18 stories over 64 episodes, which are the Crotons, the Space Pirates, Spearhead from Space, Terror of the Autons, Carnival of Monsters, the Time Warrior, the Ark in Space, Pyramids of Mars, the Brain of Morbius, Deadly Assassin, Talons of Weng Chiang, the Sunmakers, Rybus Operation, Power of Kroll, Caves of Anshasani, the Two Doctors, the Mysterious Planet, and the Ultimate Foe.
He is Doctor Who legend, isn't he?
Yeah. 7 of those stories made the top 50 in DWM's 2014 poll.
Yeah.
3 of which made the top 10. Like,
Amazing.
yeah. What a guy. What a guy. I mean, that list of stuff that he's created, that's like such a massive portion of all of the the big characters and concepts and villains and stuff of the classic series.
Yeah.
There's so much in there that's just like incredible.
Hat off to Robert Holmes.
What a man. But to sort of commemorate the 100th birthday of the man himself, we thought we'd look at probably one of his most well-loved episodes. But also the start of his sort of and his era, which I think, is basically sort of remembered as the Robert Holmes and Terence Dicks and Barry Letts. This is their kind of era, with Spearhead from Space and with Mr. Jon Pertwee's debut story.
It actually lined up really well because I just finished the War Games around the time when we're recording this. So I've finished Spearhead from Space last night.
Yeah.
It actually followed perfectly. But it's also really... It's... Watching, like, the First Doctor, the Second Doctor, and then going straight into the third, it's such a shake-up. It was quite alarming how different it was.
Yeah.
Like, jumping straight from the War Games straight into Spearhead from Space. I was like, wow, we're definitely in a new era. We're definitely in a new time for Doctor Who.
Yeah, it definitely feels... I think this is comparable... I mean, this example isn't as much of a sort of shake-up, but I think it's kind of comparable to going from the end of time to the 11th hour.
To the 11th hour. Well, I always say if any jumping on point, you've obviously got an unearthly child if you're jumping on from the start, Spearhead from space if you want to jump straight into classic, but if you don't get on with kind of older television, black and white television, that kind of thing, and you want to start into classic Who a bit more modern, I'd say, then purely because of the colour, but it's also feels very different. Spearhead from space.
Yeah.
Then if you want modern Who, Rose, and then if you the next jumping on point is the 11th hour. There you're jumping on points. So yeah, I fully get it. It's an earthly child, Rose, Spearhead from space, the 11th hour.
Absolutely, yeah. And I think it does, like you say, it does feel really different. It just
different.
Immediately has, and I know obviously it's now in colour, which is a massive sort of aesthetic visual difference, but
yeah, it
just
looks
the
different,
feel
though.
of it.
The feel of it.
And I think it obviously helps that this story is shot on film, which was down to a strike. They couldn't use the studios, which they'd basically planned to use and set up, and so Derek Sherwin, who's the producer at the time, because the BBC were going, oh, we don't know what we're going to do, you're not going to be able to make it, like, and he went, give me a 16mm camera, we'll go film it on location. And they were like, no, you can't, it's going to be really expensive. It was like, no, it won't be. It was like, it'll probably be cheaper because we're not having to make the sets and stuff.
Yeah.
He went, just do it, let's go. And he kind of, I watched, so as well as watching this, I watched a couple of the special features on the collection box set for this story and the making of documentary. And he said, I think because they were in a bit of a tiz, and I just went, no, we're doing this. He went, I think I kind of just, I didn't force them to do it. He went, but I think because I kind of came in and went, we're doing this, just let's go. He went, they didn't really have time to think about it. But okay. And they were saying, like, I think it worked out. It was like a blessing in disguise.
Yeah, definitely.
I think especially because, towards the end of Pat's era, the ratings were declining. Like,
they had so many issues, backstage production.
Yeah, like it
was not a good season 6 was not a good. It had some great and some of my very well liked stories in there, or best stories like the Mine Robber, the Invasion, the War Games. Like, they were peak, but they had a lot of problems behind the scenes.
Yeah, and also I think the formula was getting a little bit stale.
It was all
for
just
people.
based into siege stories, really.
Yeah, it? Because Pat's era is sort of 90% bus stories. But yeah, I think people were just a bit, it wasn't.
It was getting a bit tired and unimaginative at points. Yeah.
Exactly. But because I'm sure I heard that the War Games, towards the end of Pat's era, they were pulling in 3 to 4 million, something like that, for the ratings. And then a few weeks into Jon, they're hitting 10, 11 million. Yeah. Because it is just that shake-up of, it's in colour, we've got a new leading man, but also...
who's just brilliant.
Yeah, but also the format's changed because we're on Earth now.
Yeah.
And we've...
Well, this is the blessing in disguise, because I really, really enjoyed having having Spearhead from space shot on location, because it felt really grounded and earth-based and real, and it felt like the beginning of this Auton invasion was happening on your back doorstep.
Yeah. And I think that's a lot of the Pertwee era, isn't it?
Well, absolutely, yeah.
Because I think there's only so much you can do with, because they'd kind of moved away from historical stories during the Troughton era.
Yeah, and they focus more on.
And it was more sci-fi. It was space stations and
alien monsters and a lot of robots, a lot of
exactly
technology and weaponry and things like that.
Yeah, so it is a lot of the running down corridors and white sets and all of that.
Yeah.
Whereas, we sort of start here, we're introduced to Jon's Doctor in the middle of the woods, and all that greenery, and it just feels
fresh, doesn't it?
Yeah. But yeah, I was going to say, what were your thoughts going into this story? But you've kind
of... Really excited. I've kind of already said it.
Yeah.
Is that what you're about to say? Well, okay. Jon Pertwee's my classic Doctor. I'm looking at his picture now. And Spearhead from Space has always been... Why am I getting emotional? Like, I can feel it inside. Don't know why. Spearhead from Space is one of my genuine all-time favourite classic Who stories. I think that it's... And you know what? I thought that anyway, right? But then I think I do have a different experience watching this now after watching seasons 1 through 6. Because after watching this now, I found not a new appreciation, because I really enjoyed Hartnell and Troughton's run. There were some episodes that I had watched before and didn't really take any notice of. But then upon my rewatch, older and with more experience and kind of more knowledge on Doctor Who and a greater appreciation for the classic stuff, really fell in love with some episodes. But yeah, after watching this one again, after all of the other classics that I have, I was just this hits even harder than it already hit. And already I watch Spearhead from Space often. And I was just thinking, for that season, coming in colour, with some really fresh ideas, a new Doctor, kind of basing it around UNIT, it's Earth-based, and specifically starting with the Autons and the Auton invasion, I thought it was genuinely absolutely incredible, and the perfect way to kind of soft launch Doctor Who again.
Yeah.
Because you do have Jon Pertwee's Doctor is this kind of Bond Doctor. We all say it, and his literal last lines of the episode is Smith. Dr. John Smith, and he does a little smirk, and I'm like, I love you. It's just so great. But it is very kind of, it's action based in a different way than what we've seen before, because it's got UNIT, and kind of grounding it in the laboratories and having these kind of UNIT military guards and going out on patrols and trying to find these alien, they call them meteors, don't they? But the Nestine eggs, I like to call
Thunderbolts, I call them.
Huh?
It's fine. My jokes are wasted.
Yeah, your jokes are wasted. I'm too busy saying how much I love this episode. I don't have time for your jokes, Liam. Yeah, I forgot. Your joke made me forget. Sorry,
I thought we'd just do a little bit.
No, it's fine. I just can't remember where my point was. I don't know where I was getting to. Yeah, unit patrols, trying to find these little Nestine eggs and the meteorites that they thought they were. And I like that it doesn't take it too seriously in the way that Liz is okay, we have the amazing Liz Shaw as well.
Mm-hmm.
So I have no notes. I'm just saying what I love. I'm really sorry.
I've actually got notes for this one. I don't usually make notes. I usually go just off the dome, and I made notes for this one.
Well, yeah. We'll listen to your notes in a second.
I'm talking.
Hold on, let me just finish my point about Liz, and then we'll talk about your notes too.
No, I'm just gonna go off yours. Like, I'm just saying, it's usually the other way round. That's
other way
all I
around,
meant. Yeah.
Yeah, we have the amazing Liz Shaw, and I really like how brilliant she is, how strong she is. She does not take orders. She does not put up with the Brigadier. I love how not sassy she is, because she's not a sassy woman, but she's outspoken and she'll be sarcastic and she'll say what she's thinking, and I absolutely adore that about her. And I love how this episode doesn't take itself too seriously, in the sense of, she's like, Brigadier, do you really believe that this man is an alien and he's changed his face and XYZ? And the Brig's like, well, yeah, because I've met him before and all the rest of it. She's like, come on, have a day off.
It's just it's just like that arched eyebrow that she's given to him through that first couple of episodes. Like, what are you on about, mate?
She's like, okay. She's like, I am one of science. I believe facts and what's in front of me, and you are speaking a load of old bull. Until she meets him, and I love it's at the end of episode 2, and I screenshotted it because it's the Doctor when he's stolen the car and he's driven to unit, and he's there with Liz, and they're inspecting the plastic, the shell, and they both just look up at the Brigadier, and it really looks like it's like, well, please, can we have a sleepover? And that's just their like best friend energy. They both just look at the Brigadier after they've been talking about all their science. I just love them. I think the characters are just. Oh, and can we talk about the casting?
Let's talk a bit about Liz.
Sorry, yeah.
And then we'll go through.
You have to rein me in. You're the one who keeps the structure on this. I'll just talk forever.
Yeah, I love Liz in this, and I think
I love Liz.
It's a bit of a shame, really, because I feel like Liz as a companion, and Caroline John in general, don't really get their dues in the scope of things for, you know, the companion roster. And maybe that's because she only does the one season. And
I was going to say, and then you have Katie Manning as well.
You have Katie Manning and then Liz Sladen.
Yeah, which... but you see, because I do feel like, although, like, Tom Baker has so many different companions, and, you know, people kind of normally associate, like, Tom with, like, Romana. But I feel like Sarah Jane is, like, Tom's companion, and I always feel
100%.
Like Joe is
Joe's
Pertwee's companion. Yeah. So it kind of leaves Liz out when she does an absolutely incredible job.
Yeah.
Especially as like the reintroduction to the show companion, and a very different type of companion than what we've had previously as well, which is very important.
I was going to say, because obviously you get, in the previous season, you've had Zoe, who is, you know, a little brain box, and she knows her stuff, but also very much still in that
well, she's young and innocent and inquisitive, and she brings that kind of younger innocent vibe.
She's got that wide-eyed companion sort of like
stargazing,
whereas Liz comes in, she's a bit more mature. Both like she's actually a little bit older. But also she feels like an adult, you know.
Yeah, she feels like an adult woman who's extremely intelligent.
And she comes in, and I think immediately being like, you know, as you say, not taking any of the Brigadier's shit, really.
No.
And like, there's just that first little scene that they have where she's like that arched eyebrow, and she's like, little blue men, like, and it's interesting because usually when you have in a show like this, when you have someone that's a skeptic because we as the audience know that what the brigadier is talking about is true, like
It's
he's
true,
right.
Yeah.
But it's interesting. She has so much like charisma and just such an interesting sort of vibe to the character, and I
Yeah.
think it's interesting that she sort of not butts heads with the brigadier, but she challenges that authority.
Yeah.
That we don't. Yeah, I think it's interesting that you don't immediately go, "Oh, shut up!" Like we know that the brigadier is right. You're wrong. Like you'll
Yeah.
find out soon enough. You kind of root for her,
100%.
like
Yeah.
and then again with that lovely scene in the lab when she first meets the Doctor, and his like raising the eyebrows, and it's like, that's Delphon for how do you do, like, and they have that little chuckle, and that lovely bit where they're crouched down, and he says, Miss Shaw, do I really have to keep calling you Miss Shaw? And they're
Sure,
laughing,
yeah.
and she's like, Liz is fine,
Liz.
Liz, and it feels really
They
natural.
have instant chemistry, don't they? Instant chemistry.
Yeah. It feels almost like it's just John and Caroline, like off, like just on set, just chatting. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It feels like the first meeting of two real people, which is, I don't know. That's I think that's really rare for this era of the show, where it's got that real like authenticity, and I think
I was gonna
something
say,
that
yeah.
I think something that this era has in spades is just that warmth and that coziness, and
when you think of Classic Who, you think of this season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is like, for me, the Pertwee era is like classic sort of like something you'd put on a Sunday afternoon.
Yeah.
Do you know
when
what
it's
I mean?
raining.
When it's raining and it's warm inside, and come on, we'll throw on Terror of the Autons. We'll throw on like Spearhead from Space, or even something like the Time Monster, like, which is guff, but there's, you know, that cast and that tone and just all of it is just like a warm hug. Like it really feels like that. Sorry, but you were going to say something.
I can't remember, but I'm really happy you said that, because I 100%, 1,000,000,000% agree. And you best believe that I cannot wait to sit down and cozy up and watch the next episode tonight.
Yeah. So, talking of, we've spoken there about Liz. Let's move on to the main man himself, one Mr. Jon Pertwee.
That man.
A guy.
That man!
The man you are.
I love him. I adore him. I just adore. He's just so brilliant. Just straight away, he's just so charismatic. And he feels instantly, just literally, he opens the door and falls flat on his face in the middle of a field, and instantly you go, there's my Doctor.
Yeah.
He hasn't said anything. He hasn't looked at the camera. Kind of complete side profile. Bam. And you're like, wow, that is the Doctor. How does that happen? How do you just embody the Doctor that well that you can fall out of the TARDIS without uttering one word and instantly get the feel that this is Doctor Who? And I really, really, really like his performance in this episode. Not that he's incredible throughout his whole run, don't get me wrong, like he absolutely is, but this specific episode where it's like the first time that we're seeing him and being introduced to this new Doctor in such a different environment and in a different era of Doctor Who, and even what it becomes, he manages to balance all of his greatest qualities in this one episode.
Yeah.
Like 100%. He could have really, because think about it, he is just coming off the back of Troughton. They could have been like, okay, you've got to kind of keep that spongy golden retriever wacky energy, but like kind of in the style of James Bond, because we still do want this more like kind of mature actiony Doctor, but we still want you to have spirit type thing.
Yeah.
And he could have played his whole confusion after regeneration very much like wacky and kind of over the top, but he doesn't. He really paces it and balances it out really nicely and hits those points where you're like, that's so alien.
And I think because he really gets to flex his, because prior to this he was like primarily a comedy actor, and I think he does get to, I think throughout he gets to flex his comedy chops, but in this one particularly, you know, all the sort of post regeneration stuff, like I love that bit with the,
please tell me the shoes,
when the shoes,
the iconic shoes.
I've got a note here that just says shoes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have like a catalogue of things in my brain, and there was no way that we were recording this episode today without mentioning the shoes.
The shoes. And it's so, but even like the cheeky little, like getting the key out of it and then, you know, like putting it under the pillow and pretending to be asleep. Like all of that's great. The shower scene. Singing his song. And the little like double take where he sort of looks over his shoulder and he does like a little and turns back, like all of that, the eyebrow thing we've mentioned, like there's so much. I mean, I've got a note here that just, I don't even know what it's in reference to specifically, but I think it was just something that I went, I've just got, he's so effortlessly Doctor Who.
Yeah. He is. He is the Doctor. He embodies it so well, and it's the same as what I feel during when Peter Capaldi finds his feet as well. When you just look at him and he just feels he is the Doctor, and you can't quite put
that's Doctor Who.
That's the Doctor, and you can't. And I mean, you can put it into words, but like it's a certain feeling that you get with like specific actors in the role of Doctor Who, where you're like, he is the Doctor, and this is what Jon Pertwee does straight away. Yeah,
and I've got a note here. Also, shower scene. How tanned is Jon Pertwee? Because you get that little sort of cut off where he's got his white skin, like where he'd have had his shorts on. No, in the shower scene where it's just above his derriere, and there's like, you can see the tan line.
His tan line.
Oh my god, he's like golden. Like
he's
compared to his.
Been on his holiday before.
Well,
they do a lot of filming outside though, don't they? In like warm weather, no?
Yeah.
So would he not naturally get a tan? I don't know.
Well, yeah, but he's in that massive cloak and stuff, isn't he?
Oh yeah, that's true actually. Oh yeah, that's true.
I wonder if it's from his naval days and stuff. You know.
I don't know how tans work. I'm not gonna lie.
No, you're white as a sheet of A4.
Yeah. So I also don't tan. I burn. So I couldn't even. I have to fake tan to go. I'm
Irish.
Holiday,
you don't have to. You don't have to explain this to me.
Yeah. So
speaking of, it was St. Patrick's Day yesterday.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. Not how it works, but sure.
I just it caught me off guard. Didn't know you were going to say that, and I don't know how to respond to that. So, happy birthday.
Thanks.
Happy St. Patrick's Day?
That's the one.
Okay.
Merry Christmas? I don't know.
Happy Easter? Is it time? Talking of the shower scene, and it's not going in the direction that I'd want to talk to it about.
Yeah, you be careful.
I absolutely loved it when he puts his towel around him and he comes out, and you just see his massive snake tattoo on his arm.
Yes. I've got a little bit of trivia about that later on.
I assume it's going to be like the first Doctor to ever have a tattoo, or the only Doctor in Doctor Who that has a tattoo or something.
No, I think he could be. I can't think of any others that do.
Well, I don't know if
Capaldi might have one.
David Tennant might have had his G when he was filming the 14th Doctor. I don't know if that came afterwards.
Oh, yeah, that's a point. Yeah, because he got one on his wrist for Georgia, didn't he?
Yeah, because she's got David.
Yeah.
I
No,
don't know.
I've got a fun bit of trivia
Okay.
about that. But
Stay tuned.
talking about how like he's kind of very different to Pat, because I think they are maybe two of the most different sort of that come directly, like
Who are?
in terms of
Troughton
like
and Pertwee?
predecessors, like
Yeah,
they're two of the most different, I think.
different. Yeah, 100%.
But something I noticed that I thought was really interesting, that little bit where, I mean, it's a great little bit where he tries to escape in the TARDIS after tricking Liz into getting the key for him.
Yeah.
His face
What,
when he comes out
the
in
TARDIS?
the smoke, and that
Yeah.
little like
Yeah.
just the sheepish little look. And then when Liz is like, you tricked
Yeah.
me, when he goes, yes, the temptation was too strong, and then he goes and sits at on the stool. I was like, that's so Troughton.
Yeah.
I think that's such a Troughton thing where he's like, yes, well, the temptation was too strong, and then he sits like a schoolboy that's just been told off, like a little.
Yeah.
And it's really strange because John's this like tall, dashing hero, charismatic hero of a man.
Yeah.
And then it's really odd to see him sort of slightly slouched and a little bit like,
Well, he's a bit embarrassed, isn't he?
Yeah, but I thought that was really, really nice.
Yeah.
Because I always think it's interesting to see those little nuggets of
The
like,
character that bleeds through, so that it feels like the same character with a different
exactly,
face.
yeah. And I think
Yeah.
it's very like part of that you could argue is just like that's a doctor-y sort of
yeah.
just a core of the Doctor, but
Yeah.
another is like, I don't know, I think there's something there that feels a little bit like it's still kind of, maybe it's from the writer, maybe it's from John himself, that feels like there's a bit of a slight sort of overlap of some of Pat's traits. I mean, like, you can headcanon it as like some of the second Doctor is still sort of just fading out.
Bleeding out, yeah.
Yeah. Bleeding out? Bloody hell. Bleeding
No,
through.
like
Bleeding out. Got a gunshot wound.
Didn't mean it like that.
Him
at all.
after, speaking of the wheelchair scene, the little wheelchair chase.
How have we? Sorry, that's another thing that definitely had to be on the list of things that we talk. He's in
Yeah.
a wheelchair.
Him
He bombs it on that wheelchair.
Honestly.
He is so fast. Can we just appreciate how fast Jon Pertwee wheels down that hill?
Uh-huh.
Like, I understand he's going down a little bit anyway, so like there's speed, but he's like, I've never seen someone like power through.
He's given it some welly, yeah.
Yeah.
And also, I think the score in this is really, really great. It's just a really fun little. I mean, because you get little bits like that where you've just got this like it's like a cartoon almost.
It's
like,
fun, isn't it? Yeah, this episode is, considering kind of the actual like kind of storyline of it, it's really fun at the same time.
Yeah.
It's just got that really good balance of like serious sci-fi, Doctor Who first introductions, and just a fun little opener.
Yeah, it's got a bit of a romp energy to it.
Yeah.
But also it doesn't sacrifice the scares or the drama
it does
or
not.
the plot.
My favorite scare, and I talk about it all of the time, so people listening are probably like, I know exactly where she's going to go here. We all know that I absolutely bloody love one of my favorite moments genuinely of classic Who is how unbothered they were, or like, I don't know what the word is, you might be able to help me find it, but having the unit van crash because the Auton running out from the woods, and then that shot of the window screen smashed, the unit operative's blood on it, and then just in like the mirrored, like the window reflection, the Auton just stood there.
Uh-huh.
That was shown at like what, 6 o'clock on a Saturday. They were just like, yeah, that's definitely
great,
something that we need to, yeah. And I think it, like, there are certain moments within this whole episode, like whole story, where they really set the tone of where Doctor Who's moving forward. Like, it was extremely unapologetic. They're like, yeah, this is like a really like horrible thing that, you know, this alien has, or this character's done. And we're just gonna show you it.
Because I think it doubly catches you off guard, because the actual like the way the crash is filmed, because it's obviously the Auton coming out and a shot of the guy trying to swerve. Yeah, and then you get the sort of POV of the camera sort of like going into the tree and sort of spinning around, and it looks a little bit like, I don't want to say goofy, but it's like it's a bit kitsch, you know. And
it's the best way to show the crash happening without absolutely smashing
actually
up a car.
showing the crash. Yeah. But then, you know, because you've got that, then cutting directly to the windscreen, just like absolutely like
Smash,
and then as you say, the Auton sort of coming round to the driver's side window, sort of literally just sort of looks through. It's just like, yep, they're dead, and then carries on to do what it and
just
get
checking,
the sphere. Oh, it's horrible.
Because you know that if the unit guy didn't die in that car, he was about to.
Oh, he's getting shot in the face. Yeah.
It's the expressionless,
really gritty,
emotionless performance from the Auton. And okay, now we're on the subject of Autons. Let's talk about them.
Yeah. I'm surprised it's taken this long for you to launch into this.
Well, I did try to earlier, and then you reined me back in.
For anyone that doesn't know, the Autons and the Nestine are one of Kat's hyperfixations within the big hyperfixation of Doctor Who.
I think Spearhead from Space is the one that I've got the most like collectible bits of, because I have Spearhead from Spaces, because I got the Auton like double box set bit, so it has Spearhead from Space and Terror of the Autons in it, and then I've got the normal Spearhead from Space, and I've got Spearhead from Space Special Edition, then I've got the steel book that you got me for my birthday, and then I've got the Autumn Invasion novel from Rob, which was lovely, and then I've got all of the Autumn figures, but then also on the same shelf, then I've got all my Terror of the Autumn stuff. Oh, I've got the Autumn Invasion in both. I've got the first edition one, and then I've got the other standard, so I've got both of the covers, and then I got the VHS as well. And then I've got the novelisation of Terror of the Autons, as well as the special edition DVD of that, and then the VHS of that, and then I've got the Rose DVD, and then I got the bundle like series as well, and then I've got the illustration book, and then I've got different various figures of it.
So
I love
if
Autons so much.
If anyone you know, needs a few quid, I'll put Kat's address.
Excuse me. I'm telling no. Okay, everyone knows who I say. Everyone as if I have visitors regularly. I don't, but anyone who does enter my flat knows that they're not allowed to touch my shelf.
It's me and Sam.
Yeah, and you're both not allowed to touch my shelf.
The only people in your flat that aren't you are me, Sam, and Gibson the cat.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. That makes me sound lonely. Anyway.
No, you just don't let anyone else in.
I don't really have anyone to invite over, to be honest.
I think in next episode when we were talking, I don't know if it made it into the actual episode, but it's when when we were talking about how your collection is in your living room, and somebody said, "Oh, how do you explain that to your guests?" And you went, "Oh, I don't have guests. I don't let people in here."
I have a pure hatred in the best way, because it's a love-hate relationship of like uncanny things, and I am terrified of kind of like plastic or like mannequins and stuff purely because of Rose. Like, it terrifies me, and I think that Spearhead from it's the like the sliminess of like what the
sort of like
plastic,
waxy,
the wet,
sheen.
waxy, the sheen of it, and you can tell that it's a mask. And I've got a thing about, I'm terrified of masks as well, because I hate not being able to see the person behind the mask. It
Like
really
who's
freaks me
underneath,
out. Yeah, and you can see from like the eye cut out and how it all like bunches up at the back, and then they're hiding the seam of the head with the scarf and the boiler suit. It's just, it really, really terrifies me. And they look so of their time. Like, this is one of the designs that looks like a classic design. Does that make sense? Like,
yeah,
because like,
I think we spoke a little bit about this on one of the it might have even been 2 of the Halloween episodes that we did. Spooky October.
Was it
like Greatest Monsters and I think Scariest Moments with Darius as well.
Yeah.
But there's something even more. It's a little bit like the Mondasian Cybermen, where the fact that you can tell that there's some kind of human face underneath, and that with the Autons, the fact that there's, you know, it doesn't quite look as, because like the ones in Rose look great, but it's very much a 21st century version of
mannequin.
It's a real. It looks like a real shop window
real
dummy.
mannequin. Yeah.
Whereas here, the ones that are moving,
quite...
you've got the slight. Oh, it's not quite, which I think adds to it. You know, the fact that you
100%,
can.
I love that.
You can kind of see that there's something under the eyes. It's not quite. Yeah, and it's what I think it's one of those examples of like the classic, you know, the thing that it does look a little bit ramshackled and not quite perfect adds to
it,
the
100%.
creepiness. Yeah.
I think they're just. I think as well, the movement choreographer, and it's the same with Rose. I'm going to make a lot of Rose parallels because they are very similar. The Autons have always had very good like movement coordinators and choreographers. Like that shot in episode 4, which is the most iconic shot, isn't it? With all of the Autons waking up in the shops and smashing through the windows and going through the street. They move like, actually no, the best piece of movement from the Auton is the Auton in the forest when we first see it, and the camera zooms into it and it turns to the side and then it starts moving because it detects that signal from the one that's hidden in the chest. That it feels like that Auton has only just started to learn how to walk and move, and that adds another layer of uncanny onto it, because it looks like, even if you're not completely in belief that this is a plastic alien, and you don't quite believe, you can see the human behind it. Say if your disbelief isn't fully there, but the way that they move kind of adds a little bit of a even though you're like you can tell it's a man in a suit. it's actually still really creepy because they're not quite moving because it's still learning how to operate. It's still...
It's that uncanniness, isn't it? Because it doesn't...
It is, yeah.
It resembles a human being in the most, like, rudimentary sort of form.
Literal way,
but the fact that it doesn't look quite right. It's not got the detail in the face. It doesn't move naturally. Like, it all just builds this, like, oh, I don't know about that.
It's wonderful. And when they're in the factory and it steps off the podium.
Yeah, that's such a great cliffhanger.
It's such a good cliffhanger.
The whole way it's done. I think that's but maybe the best cliffhanger of the series, the story rather.
But
like,
so.
I think just generally the idea of the Autons and the Nestina is great. Like, again, it's something we've spoken about before, but the simplicity of taking an already existing thing within the real world and going, actually, that's a bit weird, isn't it? Like, let's make it
scary.
The most terrifying thing in the world.
Yeah.
Like, it's the Stephen Moffat, the trick that he inherits. Oh, but if you really think about that, there's something strange about that. Let me twist it and make it the stuff of
even
children's nightmares. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's I think it's in that making of documentary when Derek Sherwin was saying about, he was speaking to Robert Holmes, and Bob Holmes kind of came in and was like, like, there's this thing, they fall to the earth and then and Derek Sherwin was like, oh, come on, we've been here 1,000 times before. Like, what do they look like? What are they?
Yeah.
And he's like, well, they they're sort of like meteorites, but they fall like spheres. And he's like, so the villains are little spheres, like, and then they kind of like they developed it to, they need some kind of autonomous form. They need a physical form.
An autonomous form? Is that right?
But and then combining that with, we're controlling plastic. The shop window dummies. It's literally.
It's perfect, isn't it?
It's so simple but so effective.
Yeah.
Because you do go, okay, well, we're controlling plastic. We need some kind of like plastic men. Oh, how about those plastic men that we have in every shop? Like, it's
that you walk
that
past
simple.
every day. Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's already just from horror at that time, there is that kind of feeling that you can be walking past something that seems so normal and natural, but actually it's a hidden danger, and they do it so well just by going, okay, so that shop you walk past every day.
What's that horror fit? Is it called House of Wax?
Yeah.
The old like 50s horror film. Yeah. Where it's waxworks that are like, again, it's got precedent. It's a great idea, and taking that and putting it into the show, especially one where that this is the first. Well, it's not the first time, but it's one of the first times that we're like grounded in present day Earth
properly
for a story, because you've got things like the Faceless Ones and the Invasion, but there's not that many stories that are set on Earth in present or like contemporaneous time.
But the things that they miss out of things like the Invasion, like the War Machines kind of do it, although it's not present day Earth, they kind of touch on it, is really focusing on bringing the outside
the War Machines
in.
Is present day, isn't it?
I don't know, was it present day?
Because it's set in the 60s, isn't it?
I don't know, I can't remember.
They go to that hip swinging 60s nightclub. You go to the Inferno, baby.
Sorry.
You get to see Bill Hartnell in a in a 60s bar.
Yeah.
All these cool and happening cats.
I love the open. I do. I really like the club scene. No, we're not going there because I'm going to start.
We're not talking about the War Machines.
No, we're not talking about the War Machines. But what I'm trying to say is, they don't focus a lot of bringing the War Machines does do it, but kind of in the Invasion, like the Web of Fear, like the Earth-based stories, they don't really focus that much on bringing that out in. And what I mean by that is the Spearheads from Space in the first episode especially does a lot of groundwork of setting the scene. We get all of the really good scenes in the factory of like the making and production of dolls, which really is creepy, seeing
really
foundations. Horrible, it is, because you're watching the foundations of this like little mini doll come to life from literally like the mold all the way to stitching the hair on, popping the eyes in. Like it's really...
even just seeing all of the little like disembodied limbs just going down the conveyor belt, and all the little heads. Like
it's the heads at the beginning. It's the mold, and before they put the silicone in, and they look kind of like moldy and like dead. Like it's they really. That's just setting up the Autons, and it's just a really good kind of. It doesn't just like set up where we're going to move the story forward, but it really grounds you in the current day. And in the location.
The footage of I know obviously when you've got the actors in the factory, I forget the character's name, but the guy that gets where the Auton walks in on, obviously all of that stuff where they're walking through the factory, that's obviously specially shot. But I think the stuff with the dolls being made is maybe like stock footage from.
I was going to say it feels like straight from a documentary.
From a documentary or like news be real or something like.
Absolutely.
Which again I think gives it that authenticity, and it feels
real.
I think generally it feels like, oh no, this is
real.
This is a story that's happening in our world now.
Yeah.
Like I can't imagine what that was like for kids in 1970.
Yeah.
Because it's like, I think it's one thing for, to watch Doctor Who's adventures in time and space, and we're off on space stations and different planets and in the far future and in the past and all of this. But I think
having something on your front door.
Yeah, there's something really, a completely different shift of like, oh, that could be happening down the street from me.
Yeah.
Like it's a really interesting direction to take the format, I think. Yeah.
And I really like the kind of the copies, the Auton copies as well, and how they just really like create that like latexy sheen over their faces.
Yeah,
I've
got a note here that waxy look, that sort of the sheen is really simple, but really effective. And I think when you've got it on like Channing in the who is great, by the way. He's got, I mean, this is no disrespect to the actor, he's got such a classic Doctor Who villain look.
Yeah.
He's just got the face.
He's got that.
To be this, and the way that he sort of contorts his face into that sort of like the sort of wide eyes but the really small mouth as he's sort of looking around, and like
he's one that I especially wanted to talk about because the casting already is genuinely incredible, and like everyone's performances are perfect, like so
good,
so well done.
I'm just finding this guy's name.
That's fine. And it feels so real and memorable because everyone feels so much like their characters and who they're performing anyway. But what's his name, please?
Hugh Burden plays Channing.
He is just he's the outstanding cast member on, like, excluding like your TARDIS team, like the Brig, Liz, John.
As like a guest actor,
like as a guest actor, he just absolutely knocks it out of the park. Absolutely incredible. As soon as the first time you see him on your screen, you think, nope.
Yeah.
No, we're not.
Immediately, we're not
going there.
I don't like you.
Yeah, your hair stick up on your arms or your neck or whatever the saying is, and you get that prickly feeling of
Your
don't
hair's
want to know what
sticking up
you're
everywhere.
about. Yeah, don't want to know what you're about. He's so good.
Uh-huh. Well, another one of the guest cast that I really, really liked in this actually is, and let me just find this gentleman's name as well, Anthony Webb, who plays Dr. Henderson. I just really, really enjoyed him. I think he's great. He's got a bit of a Harry Sullivan vibe.
Yeah.
I was watching it and I was like, he even looks a bit like Ian Marter in from some angles, and it just the way he's got this sort of like, you know, the way that Harry is in Robot, where he's like, I'm just trying to do my job, and now this bloke's turning up, and apparently he's got two hearts, and now you're telling me his blood's not. I wrote the quote down actually. He's like, I send the blood off, and now you tell me it's not human. I don't know if that makes me a doctor or a vet, but it's still my job to look after him. Such a great line.
He has some corkers.
Yeah.
He does. He is like what you said about Hugh Burden. He has that classic Who face.
Yeah.
But in the complete opposite way.
Yeah.
He feels like he should be a reoccurring character in like a unit, as a unit doctor. And any kind of like maybe autopsy or like situation where someone's been hurt and they need updates or whatever, he should have been the one to
like
call,
a kind of Harry role in Robot. I think he's brilliant. I really, really enjoyed him. It's a shame that he's only about for like a couple of episodes. Yeah. But yeah, I think like you say, it just goes to show the kind of caliber of actor that you're getting here. Just these really great character actors that are doing essentially like bit parts.
But they're memorable. Just as memorable as the main cast.
Yeah, absolutely. Speaking of guest actors and one-off characters, can we talk a little bit about a Mr. Sam Seeley?
What did he say? Go make me something to eat. I'm hungry. She's like, you watch your mouth.
Hold on, I've got it. Go get me some grub. I'm hungry.
Yeah.
What are you stirring out, woman?
He's so vile.
He's horrible.
So vile. He's so
vile. I was watching that going, oh, slap him.
Yeah. Oh my god.
He's great though. Like
he's to get a response where you're like, oh my god, just hurry up and kill him.
Yeah. But
he played it so brilliantly.
He's almost like, I don't know, I hate him, but there's almost a sympathy for him there, because he's just like, obviously not when he's being a chauvinist pig, but when he's like, I don't know, when he's walking through the forest and he bumps into the unit troops, and he sort of says like, oh, I bet them Thunderbolts are bringing a pretty penny or whatever, and he's like, do you know where one is? And he's like, no, I didn't say that, did I? Like, I don't know, the actor plays it with such, I don't know, there's so much character there.
Yeah.
So much character in every delivery. I've got a note here. I was like, he kind of gives me, just with how thick that like West Country accent is.
Please tell me it's nobody tells me nothing.
No, I was going to say David Bradley in Hot Fuzz. You know, where he's talking about the hedgerows.
Yeah.
And Nick Frost is having to translate, and he's like, where is it? Right. What's he say? The bit where he's like, Arivo, and he's like, yeah, I suppose. Like, yeah, I was watching it, I was like, I'm just getting Hot Fuzz vibes. Yeah, but there's so many little, I think this script is really
rich
sharp.
With character. Yeah,
rich with character, but sharp, and some great bits of dialogue. There's a great little bit with the first time we see Liz in the lab, and the brig comes in and he's like, am I interrupting? She goes, yes.
Yes.
And then later on, he's like, you found out what it's made of? She's like, no. Just like it. I don't know. That's such a lovely little beat between the two of them.
Yeah.
Later on, you've got a bit which I thought was great from Nick Courtney as the brig, where he's talking to the unit troops or the general. I'm not sure if he's on the phone or on the radio or something. And he goes, it may be difficult to grasp, but that's the situation we've got to deal with.
Yeah.
it's such a brigadier, like it's such a 70s, like, right, come on then, chaps, like, you know.
Yeah.
What was the other bit I've got here? Oh, the bit from the Doctor where he pulls into unit for the first time. And he goes, all right, I suppose you want to see my pass. Yes, well, I haven't got one, and I'm not going to tell you my name. No, you tell Lieutenant Stewart that I want to see him. Why don't you stand there arguing with me, man? Get to it. Like,
and he hasn't said a breath.
He hasn't said a word. Yeah. I've got a little bit of trivia about that gentleman who plays the unit soldier as well for later on.
Oh.
Honestly,
all this trivia.
Yeah, I've got loads of trivia.
Good.
But yeah, there's so many just nice little beats. I love the bit with when the Doctor walks into the shower room at the start, and he opens the door, and on the door there's a little sign that says "Doctors Only."
It says "Doctor." Yeah.
Yeah, and he sort of opens the door, looks down at the sign, and sort of just nods.
And he nods,
and then walks
and he goes
through.
in.
Such a beautiful little beat.
Yeah.
And that's the kind of thing that you're like, is that scripted? Is that just John adding it? Is that the
I feel
director's
like it's
edition?
just John, maybe. I don't know.
That's such a lovely little blink and you'll miss it moment. But it adds so much character to this whole story. Yeah. Love that.
This room's meant for me.
Yeah. But speaking of the direction, I think there's some this is really, really nicely directed. It looks.
Yeah.
My first note is this whole thing looks gorgeous.
Yeah.
Which
100%.
I think a large part of that is because it's shot on film, as we mentioned earlier. But there's just some really, really lovely shots. I think the shooting on location means that it kind of sets it apart visually, but it also means that there are things that they can do that they probably wouldn't have been able to do on a set. Like the even just when what's the character's name? Ransom, who's the guy that used to work at the doll factory.
Is it when he jumps over the fence? When he climbs over the fence?
That bit, but also once he's inside, there's a shot that's sort of looking down from the ladder that he's climbing up. And it's you never get shots like that in classic Doctor. That never happens. That kind of angle. And it's something so simple, but it just adds a bit of, I don't know, just that
a bit of artistic
realism,
flair,
I think. And the flair, but also a few other shots I like. The POV sort of guerrilla camera work of the journalists, when the brig comes through into the hospital, and you get the POV as if it's one of the journalist cameras, from the news companies.
Yeah.
That's really cool. That's just probably a really simple little idea, but again, not something you usually get. There's a great little bit where there's a close up of the phone that the brig is using, and he's pushing the button, and then it quickly pulls back to Nick Courtney turning round, and he's there on the handset. Just, you didn't have to do that. Do you know what I mean? It's just things like that. It's you didn't have to do a close up on that. You could have just had that as a wide shot of the brig, but it just adds a bit of pace and
dynamic, isn't it?
It's
instead
that
of just being flat,
dynamism. And the other one is the L cut, which is when you have the audio from a previous scene carry on slightly later when the visuals of the next scene have already begun. And it's when the Doctor's realising about what they're doing at Madame Tussauds, and you have him just go, "That's it," and then it cuts to the next scene. He goes, "Waxworks."
Yeah.
As the shot of, that's just like
Great transition.
That doesn't
isn't
happen.
It?
Yeah, it
Yeah.
doesn't happen. There's another bit later on where I think it's the start of episode 2 where they're looking at the doctor and the soldier goes, "Is he dead?" And then it cuts to him in the hospital bed, and it's Dr. Henderson going, No, I think da da da. Oh, beautiful! Like
Yeah.
This feels like a film. This
Yeah.
feels like a film of this period. I think not
Mhm.
just because of how it looks aesthetically, just everything about it. Just
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like TV.
Mhm.
It definitely doesn't feel like BBC TV of the 70s. Like it feels like a kind of 70s sort of cult horror film, or like,
Yeah.
you know,
Absolutely
like
it
adventure
does, yeah.
film kind of thing. Yeah. What else have I got in my notes?
Hopefully one of them is the Doctor being attacked by the Nestine.
Yeah. I've just got 10 out of 10 Pertwee Gurn.
Yeah.
Classic Pertwee
Yeah.
Gurn there.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Again, that's something that kind of, like, by modern standards, that prop of the Nestine squid
Yeah.
looks naff. Like, it is
But
very
it's
clearly just
beautiful.
like, you know, wobbling around.
Floundering
But
arms.
again, the way it's shot, that sort of handheld, like, and
Yeah.
the frantic sort of camera work,
And the Doctor being...
and John's like eyes widening and, you know,
Yeah.
straining, looks great. Yeah.
I would have loved to have been a fly on the wall watching that.
Also, the attack in the street that we spoke about earlier, I've put it. That's surely one of the best sequences in Classic Who.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Like,
It's one of my
most,
favourites.
like,
Yeah.
Iconic
Yeah.
sequences. Yeah, it's brilliant.
Yeah. 100%. It's the same level as how iconic the Cybermen outside. What is it? St Paul's Cathedral.
Yeah, in the invasion.
In the invasion, that's same level of iconic.
Yeah. Absolutely. There's also a really great shot in episode 4, I think, or maybe it's 3, of Channing through the corrugated glass.
Yeah.
And it's horrible. it's bloody horrible.
Yeah.
It is. Like, just using that. It gave me kind of Graham Harper vibes. You know how he likes to, like, pretty much every story will have a shot where something's distorted, usually through glass, or he likes to do it through, like, fire, you know, when, like, flames sort of, like, distort the image. I always think of that bit in Planet of the Ood where all the explosions have gone off and you get that shot of Ood Sigma in the snow sort of turning, and there's the distortion on the lens. It's great. But I've really all the hospital stuff in the first episode, it always makes me think of the Mitchell and Webb sketch of the 70s Bawdy Hospital.
Yeah.
The piss take of the Carry On films. And, like, it always makes you think of that, of, like, nurse, come here, look at this chart, and, like, all of that. I've also got a note here about Mullins, who's the porter. And it's a note of 2 halves. The first thing I put was, that is the worst Welsh accent I've ever heard. And then the second note, scratch that, just Googled, that's an actual Welshman.
Wow. Why are you being so offensive for?
So I'm very sorry to the gentleman that plays Mullins. Where's his... Let me find him. Tell friend Thomas, I'm very sorry to you, Boyle. But yeah, I've also got a little bit of trivia about him as well.
Oh, well, do you want to crack on with it? Well, have we finished?
I was going to say, is there anything else you wanted to touch on?
Only that the Autons are absolutely fantastic and they should be brought back.
Yes.
But with the classic style of design. even if it's not necessarily like kind of how like you can tell these are like visually classic designs. I mean, just kind of the essence and aesthetic of taking that and then moving it forward in a modern era. What?
Kind of like what they did with, even though I'm personally not a massive fan of the design, but kind of like what they did with.
I'm gonna.
No. Kind of like what they did with the Sontarans in Flux.
Yeah.
How it was like very much going back to the original. I'm not a massive fan of that particular design.
Are you not?
No, I think it looks a bit. I don't know. I think you can just very easily tell it's a mask. Like I think the original Link's mask or prosthetic is better than that one. I think that looks more realistic than the Flux design.
I think out of Flux, the one that bothers me the most is the Weeping Angel. On the beach. That's the one that's the most.
But then with that, COVID we'll do Flux. We'll do a Flux review at some point.
I've watched Flux quite a few times actually.
Yeah, you did a rewatch, didn't you?
Like three times last year.
But yeah, I'd
why.
love to see the Autons come back.
Yeah.
Jon Pertwee is effortlessly
Jon
Doctor
Pertwee
Who.
is just incredible.
And it's such a great, just a great fresh take on the show, I think.
Yeah.
And it really gives it that kick and that boost of adrenaline and shake up that I think it needed. And
season 7 is just an absolutely great reintroduction to Doctor Who.
Yeah, it's just a great direction to take it, and also everyone involved is firing on all cylinders. Like,
100%.
Yeah, there's a reason why it's such a fondly remembered era, the unit era. It's great.
Yeah.
Well,
okay, go on then. Here's for your trivia.
Do you fancy a bit of triv?
Right, we have this trivia section for new listeners. We have this trivia section every week. And Dip, would you like to tell us what our trivia section is called every week? This is every single week, by the way.
Every single week, yeah. This is our trivia section called Auto Plus Trivs.
Okay.
I got... you were talking about how the Autons have such a blank look. That's exactly what you just gave me there.
I just got Autoned.
No, I just got Autoned. You gave me a right Autoning just there.
Yeah, I did, yeah. And it was very well deserved as well.
Why don't you like that? Auto Plus Trivs. Like the company. It just
reminds me of Auto Glass Repair, Auto Glass Replace.
Well, it's not my fault that the company's called Auto Plastics, is it? Anyway, so before Mr. Jon Pertwee was cast, Ron Moody was the first choice for the Third Doctor.
Who?
I don't know if you want to give him a Google. It was quite a well-known character actor at the time. I think it would have been a very different kind of portrayal. But yeah, he's great. But it's an interesting. He was sort of top choice before John.
Actor and composer. Oh, I recognise him.
Mhm. I think he might have been in. Hold on, let me also give this a Google, just so I don't spread misinformation on the internet. Yeah, he's Fagin in the original.
He's Fagin in Oliver.
Yeah, Fagin in Oliver, and then did some. Was in it in the stage musical, but yeah, loads of stuff. I think he would have been an interesting choice.
Yeah.
And he kind of looks a little bit like John. There's some similarities
shape,
there, and and the sort of quite square jaw.
Yeah. The nose, as well.
The big nose, yeah. But yeah, he was first choice. But
interesting.
turned it down as he was reluctant to star in a children's series, which he later expressed regret over.
Oh.
Others approached for the role include John Le Mesurier, who starred in Dad's Army, and Stratford Johns, who went on to play Monarch in Fort of Doomsday, the weird little toad man.
Yeah.
The location used for Unit HQ and the Doctor's lab was actually a top-secret nuclear shelter on the premises of a BBC technician school, meant to house BBC personnel and equipment in the event of a World War III.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. All who worked on the story had to sign the official Secrets Act documents, preventing them from disclosing the existence of the bunker.
That's really cool.
Uh-huh. Years prior, Robert Holmes had written a B-movie called Invasion, which featured an alien crash landing on Earth and being admitted to a hospital, where doctors discovered his otherworldly nature. Several lines from the film are taken verbatim for this episode, including one describing the alien having 2 hearts, ultimately canonizing a key part of Time Lord physiology. So this is the first time we find out that
We find out he's got 2 hearts. Yeah.
Yeah. Now you mentioned about the tattoo that John's got on his arm.
Yeah.
So this was from his Navy days, and it's a sort of classic naval tattoo of the serpent. He apparently doesn't remember getting it because he woke up one morning after a big night's drinking, and had this tattoo on his arm.
Incredible.
That his mates had basically just tatted on him.
That's hilarious.
But there's a little bit of canon for you, something that's been canonized in a novel, I believe, of why he's got this tattoo of a serpent. So it's said in this novel that it's said to be a convict tattoo given to the Doctor by the Time Lords following his exile.
Oh, I like that.
So he's marked with a we've kicked him out, we've exiled him. Yeah.
I like
it's a
that.
fun little addition, I think. Fun little headcanon.
Yeah.
The stuff in Madame Two Swords was actually shot on location in the museum.
Yeah, I remember that.
Which is quite cool. The original plan for the Exile arc didn't actually involve a forced regeneration, but this was written in when the production team learned that Troughton had chosen to step down from the role. Producers originally wanted Zoe to be sent into exile with the Doctor filling the Liz Shaw role, which is interesting. That's the sort of scientist thing.
That makes sense, doesn't it? Yeah.
But Wendy Padbury decided to leave the show along with Pat Troughton and Fraser Hines at the end of season 6. There was no plan for Jamie to join the Doctor, as he'd already been written out of the series by the time Derek Sherman was putting together that exile plot, because originally he was going to be written out before the War Games.
And then he realised that Troughton was going, so he wanted to finish at the same time, which I think is quite nice that they all
it's
finished
sweet
together.
That they all finished together.
It feels like a nice wrap up for season 6 and that era of Doctor Who, because it would feel weird, I think personally, if I was watching Spearhead from space and Zoe was Liz. Continue. It would feel like it didn't quite fit. This is like a fresh. It's like having David Tennant as the Doctor in the 11th Hour.
Yeah.
It wouldn't feel right, would it?
It's a nice sort of fresh start, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I think the War Games is a nice sort of conclusion for the Second Doctor and that era, for 60s Who in general, for the black and white Who.
Yeah.
It feels quite a nice. Okay, now we're going somewhere else, and we get John, and we're in colour, and obviously the Brig and unit have carried over since, but they weren't massive parts of Pat's era. It's just that little bit of continuity to sort of tie it together. So that's quite cool. So the unit soldier that he's in the tent with what's his face that gets shot.
Yeah. When he's got the tea spilling out of his mouth.
Yeah, that's so I had a note about that.
He
It's
plays
so,
that
like,
so
visceral, isn't it?
visceral,
Yeah,
isn't
him
it?
just
Yeah.
like dribbling, like,
he really looks terrified, as if he's just been
yeah,
through something that he couldn't comprehend ever.
so good.
I found
So
that
good.
really, really, really good. Again,
Um,
great casting, great performances.
yeah,
But carry on,
everybody's
sorry.
putting in a shift. Yeah. But yeah, he's there. He's also the guy that the Doctor speaks to earlier when he first turns up at unit. The one that doesn't get a word in,
Yeah.
but gets told to stop arguing anyway. That is actually Derek Sherwin, the producer.
Is it?
Yeah. So I was watching the making of, and he said we had this actor in that he said he just wasn't getting it. He said he couldn't, he didn't even have any lines, but he just, I don't know, it wasn't right. We did 4 or 5 takes, and in the end they went, right, okay, take the costume off. He went, I'll do it. Yeah. Like, he was a bit smaller than me, so the jacket's sort of like quite tight on me and whatever.
Tight.
But yeah, and he was just like, I'll do it,
I love that.
which is great, really, really
That's
great.
great.
He seemed like such a laugh, like in
Yeah.
that documentary and stuff. He seems like such a character, so I'd be interested to see some more stuff with him actually.
Mm.
The Autons have been the villains in 3 season openers in the show's
Yeah.
history. Can you name the 3, Kat?
Yeah, I can. So Spearhead from Space from season 7, and then you've got Terror of the Autons from season 8, and then you jump over to the modern era, which opens with series 1, episode 1, Rose. They're all Auton stories.
Well done. Well, see if you can do this one. This one's slightly trickier. So they've been in 3 season openers, means they're coming second only to the Daleks, who appeared in 5.
Right.
Can you name the 5?
Probably not.
Well, you can name the 2 from New Who, definitely.
Can I? Oh, The Magician's Apprentice, which is familiar.
Yep.
Asylum of the Daleks?
Yep. And then the other 3 are classic. If I tell you, one is a Pertwee.
Is it Day of the Daleks?
It's Day of the Daleks. One is a Tom.
Genesis isn't.
No. It's
That's mid, isn't it?
his other Dalek story.
I don't know what it's called. Is it like Death to the Daleks or something?
Destiny.
Destiny of the Daleks.
And
My
the other
Dalek knowledge isn't.
I told you
sure.
this one would be more tough, yeah.
Yeah.
And the other one is Sylve.
Resurrection.
Not that one. That's Colin. Is it? No, that's Peter. It's one of the R ones.
The other
though.
one. Yeah, not Resurrection. Remembrance.
That's the one.
That's what I meant. With my special
See?
with my special weapons Dalek.
Exactly. See, you got there?
Everyone listening was like, "This is painful."
It's not a special interest, guys.
I'm not a Dalek person. I'm really not.
Look at how quickly she
Even
did the
though-
Autons.
I was gonna say, rapid.
Also,
Yeah.
it's interesting that not only are 3 season openers, but 2 Doctor debuts.
Yeah.
Because I think Rose
this
is definitely sort of taking notes from Spearhead in bringing the Autons in.
I was literally just about to say, Russell understood the assignment and has obviously his love of classic Who, where he was like, yeah, the Autons is a perfect. Sorry, my brother just called me.
What's he think about Spearhead?
What does my brother think of Spearhead? He has never seen it. He had the lovely comment earlier of, wow, yeah, I've been following the pod. It's going really well. You should carry on.
Which is bad news for us, because we were going to end after we were going to do 50 episodes and then we were out.
Yeah.
But looks like, unfortunately, we've got to carry on now. Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, go.
Yeah. Russell definitely understood the assignment and was like, yeah, Spearhead is literally the textbook perfect way to open open a series. And it's so iconic as well. And I wish, obviously I was like 7, so like there was no way, but I really wish I had my love for Spearhead when I was 7, and then my dad went, "Oh, watch this. This is the Doctor Who again,"
And you got to
then
see them
I
come
could have.
back.
Yeah, I really wish that I was
But
in that position.
Imagine now. I know you're upset of how infrequently the Autons have turned up since Rose, but imagine
Which
how.
is never, by the way, apart from like in novels and.
Well, they
Sorry,
crop up in like
in Big Finish,
Pandorica Opens and.
No, yeah, I don't count them.
But yeah, it's
I
not an
don't
Auton
count them.
story.
I don't
know what you're
count
saying.
them. I don't.
Um,
Rory Auton is not headcanon for me.
Didn't happen. Not canon. But yeah, think how excited you're going to be when they do turn back up and we have another proper Auton story.
Don't. I'll be. I think I might be sick. You know when I get really excited and I have to calm down because I'm going to throw up. I think that will happen.
Yeah, like actually vomit on yourself.
Yeah.
From excitement.
Yeah.
You're gonna be like that Auntie Donna bit of Zach being like, where they're like testing burps and he's like, "Hey, yeah, you think that's good? Watch this," and just throws up on himself. That's a niche reference. This is one of 20 TV series that Neil Wilson, who plays Seeley, appeared in 1970 alone.
Wow.
He was on TV over 20 times that year.
He was booked and busy, mate.
Honestly, he was raking it in. Good for you, mate. This serial remains one of the most repeated of the classic era in the UK. It was first reshown on BBC One on consecutive Friday evenings in July 1971, shortly after the transmission of The Damons. It was repeated again in November 1999 on BBC Two, and in November 2006 on BBC Four.
Have they done a BFI Spearhead?
I don't know. Well, the season 7 collection is out, so I imagine that would be the one that they do if they did one.
Yeah.
That's a good question.
Because you know if that was to happen, I'd. Nope.
I beg your pardon. Organs. Is that what you mean? You'd sell your organs.
Cut that. I'd sell. Please.
I don't think that's quite what young Cat meant there.
I'd sell my organs to be there.
Yeah. The working title for this story, Facsimile.
Doesn't quite.
It's not as good as Spearhead from space.
From space, yeah.
But
it even feels like a movie title, doesn't it?
Yeah, exactly. This is the first story since Galaxy 4 from 1965 not to include the word "the" in its title.
Seriously?
Everything's the blah 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 or something of the.
That's insane. That's funny.
Last little bit of trivia. Extras who played the Auton Army in Part 4 were non-union actors. Because of this, the BBC's internal documents credited them under a pseudonym, Ivan Auton, a play on the phrase "I'm an Auton."
Very nice.
I really enjoyed that.
That's very clever.
So, there you go. That was Autoplastrivs. Join us next week for Autoplastrivs.
Again, where we talk more about Autons. Maybe I need to do a side podcast where I just talk about Autons every week.
That is, I mean, I feel like we're already quite niche doing a Doctor Who podcast. So if you wanna like really get granular and expand it even further, go for it.
I'll do it on the Patreon.
But yeah, that's the end of the trivia section, and I guess the end of the review and the episode and the podcast forever.
Goodbye.
Well, should we wrap up there then?
I don't want to.
I want to talk about Spearhead from space forever.
I really enjoy it. I really, 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 really love this episode. I really do.
Mm-hmm. It's great. It is really great. It deserves the reputation that it has.
Yeah, 100%.
It's brilliant, 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 brilliant. And there's so many more bits that I could be like, oh
yeah.
we've not spoken about that or this or that person or that moment
Mm-hmm.
or this story beat, and like we didn't even really talk about the plot.
We didn't. We just
But-
said how great it was, but I'm okay with that.
Yeah. Well, on that glowing note,
Yeah.
thank you very much for joining us. We will be back next week, as mentioned, for a very exciting episode. So
Woo.
keep an eye on the
Stay
socials
tuned.
for information about that. And
Yep.
we'll see you there because you won't want to miss that one. It's
You wouldn't. It's nice.
yeah, it's a fun.
It's nice.
I think that's it's nice. It's nice.
It's
really
nice.
That's
It is.
maybe
It was really lovely to record.
maybe one of my favourites that we've done so far, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, come back for that next week. Until then, though, Kat, where could they find you?
You can find me at simplykatie_XO on Twitter and Instagram. Where can they find you, Tip?
Thank you very much for asking. They can find me also on the Twitter at Sun and Biscuit and on the Sun and Biscuit YouTube channel, which you may very well be listening to this here podcast on right
now. I feel like I haven't done that in so long.
If you'd like to see some more from us in the meantime, you can join us over on our Patreon, where we've got lots of bonus content. We've got some commentary tracks. We've got a bonus podcast. What's the most recent thing? Oh, yeah, an episode of our bonus podcast, 8-Track.
Which came out on Monday.
Where we talk about Paul McGann's Big Finish audio stories right from the start. We also have little bits and pieces that we upload over there that we don't put on for the main pod. But it's just a good, fun, wholesome time, isn't it?
It's just a great vibe down there, isn't it?
It's just great vibes. Well, yeah, thank you very much for listening. Join us next week for that exciting episode that we've got. And we'll catch you then.
Catch you there.
See you later.
Bye.